Welcome again to Living in Grace, and we're running away from coveting. We spent the last 3 days looking at Numbers chapter 11, and the Israelites, they were coveting the old back in Egypt. We at times, Egypt is symbolic of our old sinful nature, the world, and what the world desires. And there's times when we're following Christ that I still crave those things. We say, Andrew, I'm a Christian now. Why am I still craving those things? Well, you have a sinful nature and you have the spirit nature. And they were in war. They are in conflict. They are in battle with each other. We know Jesus has won the victory already. But as a believer, I'm in everyday battles to return to Egypt, the old, or to continue and live by faith and live in the grace of God with my new nature. The one I feed the most is the one who will win the battle. And so 1 John 2, 15 through 17 says this: do not love the world, or do not crave the world, or covet the world, or anything in the world. If anyone loves or covets or craves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For everything in the world, the cravings of the sinful man, or the lust of the flesh, also the lust of the eye, and the boasting of what he has or what he does, comes not from the Father, but from the world. So these sinful cravings that we have for the old, it doesn't come from God. It comes from the enemy. John 8:44 says it comes from the father of lies, Satan. So Satan lies to us and says, oh, you want to go back to Egypt. You want to go back to the old. Those cravings to please the sinful nature doesn't come from God. It comes from the enemy. Well, I realize, though, when this cravings of the world, listen to what it says in verse 17. The world and its desires, they pass away. But the person who does the will of God lives forever. So I learned something. The lust of the flesh, the cravings of my sinful man, the lust of the eye, what I see that I want, the boasting of what I've done or who I am. Listen, those cravings come and those cravings go. Those cravings bring me to the grave. Those cravings bring me to Numbers 11:34. So I must learn that those cravings of the old, it brings me to death. It brings us to the grave. They come and they go. But the one who does the will of God, who pleases the new nature, will live forever. Remember, you're listening to Living in Grace.